God, they got Amanda. What? Dad, they took her.
How many people are there? Be precise.
3, 4, I don't know.
Go to the next bedroom. Get under the bed. Tell me when you're there. Now, they're going to take you.
The film begins with Bryan Mills, a retired former CIA agent. Each of his missions cost him something more precious than any moment in his career: his daughter. Kim grew up without a father. His marriage to Lenore fell apart because of his absences. Lenore married Stuart St. John, a wealthy man who could be there for his daughter. Kim now lives with them in California, and Bryan desperately tries to rebuild his relationship with his daughter. He goes to her birthday party with a special gift,
Oh, my darling. Hello.
knowing that she has always dreamed of becoming a singer. But when she receives a horse as a gift from Stuart, she forgets her father's present. That evening, Bryan meets up with some old friends and agrees to help them
4 hours work, $2,500 just for taking some pop diva to and from her concert.
by working as a bodyguard to protect pop star Shira during a concert in Los Angeles. During the last song, a man rushes onto the stage with a knife. Bryan reacts instantly. The man is immobilized. The threat is neutralized in seconds. Once at the hotel, Shira asks to see Bryan to thank him personally. Having learned that his daughter would like to become a singer,
So your daughter wants to be a singer?
she gives him a card explaining that her coach can train her as a thank you.
Thank you.
Bryan hopes that this opportunity will help him reconnect with his daughter. But Bryan's biggest mistake is yet to come, a decision that will almost cost him his daughter forever. One day, out of nowhere, Lenore asks Bryan to let Kim travel to Europe with a friend. Bryan doesn't like that.
I'm not comfortable with this.
He knows how dangerous the world is, especially for a naive teenage girl traveling by herself. He refuses. But Lenore tells him that he can't stop her. Bryan has a deeper understanding of the world than she does. What he has seen, she can't even imagine. She doesn't see how going to Paris with her friend can be so dangerous. For Bryan, it's a worst-case scenario just waiting to happen. Bryan explains how bad an idea this is. He is worried about Kim's safety, how young travelers are singled out, and how easily things can go wrong.
I would sacrifice anything for her.
Lenore brushes it off. They think Bryan is being paranoid and unable to let go of his jealousy. They think that if you are careful, nothing will go wrong. Bryan eventually lets her go because he fears losing Kim's love. She won't listen to him at all if he continues to say no. He gives her very specific instructions before she leaves. Keep her phone charged, call him when she lands, stay vigilant, and don't trust strangers. Kim pays attention, but she doesn't fully understand the gravity of what he's saying.
I missed you more.
As he watches her leave, Bryan is already uncomfortable and is worried for her. Kim and Amanda check into their hotel after arriving in Paris. They begin sightseeing right away. A young man offers to share a taxi with them when they arrive at the airport. He seems like a good guy, asks questions, and is great at talking. The girls don't give it a second thought. Little did they know that everything they'd told him would be used against them later. Kim gives Bryan a call later that evening. She's laughing and obviously having fun, like nothing bad can happen. Bryan feels good hearing her voice. Then, everything changes. Kim notices that someone is inside the apartment. Amanda screams as she is grabbed and pulled away. Bryan hears everything on the phone. He tells Kim to hide. He tells her to keep quiet. He asks Kim about anything that could lead him to her, what she hears and sees.
They're going to take you.
Kim tries to do as he says, but she is afraid. She is taken instantly. Bryan hears everything on the call. Put her on the list. Bryan hears one of the men. The fear in his daughter's voice is palpable. He hears her pleading with them to release her. He then hears a man's voice in the background stating something crucial. They're taking European and American girls. It's a human trafficking gang.
The specialty of the groups coming out of this area is trafficking in women.
Kim has been sold into sexual slavery. The call awakens something dark and dangerous. It awakens the old Bryan Mills for the first time in years. He makes a promise that will echo throughout the movie. I will find you and I will kill you.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will find you. And I will kill you.
The caller brushes it off as the frantic plea of a helpless father.
Good luck.
He has no idea who he has challenged. Bryan takes the first flight to Paris. He tries to talk with the police when he gets there. They listen, but they are constrained by protocol. They don't act quickly. Bryan knows that he will lose his daughter if he waits for the police. He takes matters into his own hands. He begins by recreating everything that happened in the apartment where Kim was taken. His fears were true. This wasn't a coincidence. The traffickers were well aware of their target. Bryan turns to his CIA contacts, colleagues who owe him favors. It is time to cash them in. In a matter of hours, he learns the startling truth. Girls are being kidnapped, drugged, and sold into sexual slavery by an organized Albanian human trafficking network. Bryan comes to the icy realization that his chances of finding Kim alive are diminishing with every passing second. She is already being moved by the traffickers. They are trying to sell her to the highest bidder. He needs to take swift, decisive action. He must move or it will be too late. Bryan uses his contacts in Paris to learn more about the gang. He learns that the operation involves hotel employees and taxi drivers who target vulnerable girls for human trafficking. Bryan finds the boy, Peter, who made the call. Before Bryan can obtain anything helpful, the boy dies during the chase. Although it's a setback, Bryan doesn't stop and keeps going. He talks to dealers, pimps, and traffickers as he goes deeper and deeper into the criminal underworld. Some know him, others soon come to fear his name. Bryan uses violence and intimidation to get info out of everyone. He's focused, not furious. The goal of every contact is to get info as quickly as possible. He gradually finds the trafficking ring's organizational structure. He discovers how they recruit, transport, and swiftly sell victims. Each passing hour shows how little time he has left. Bryan tracks down Jean-Claude, a French intelligence insider who's now working with the police. Jean-Claude points him toward the Albanian network, but makes it clear he wants no part of what comes next. He does, however, steer Bryan toward Paris's underworld. Bryan bugs an Albanian pimp to follow the trail. The search leads him to a grim, half-built brothel where he rescues a heavily drugged girl wearing Kim's jacket, proof that he's getting closer. Bryan kills multiple traffickers after a brutal shootout and a reckless chase. But manages to get one girl out alive. Bryan takes the girl to a safe location and nurses her back to health. She's been given powerful drugs, and it takes hours for her to recover both physically and mentally from her trauma.
Where did you get this? Where did you get this jacket?
She was nice.
She's my daughter.
Finally, she's coherent enough to point him toward the house where she and Kim were first held. Disguising himself as Jean-Claude, Bryan walks straight into the trafficker's safe house, pretending to haggle over police payoffs.
I'm here to negotiate the raise.
How much?
20%. And you have my word it'll not go up.
He flushes out Marco by baiting him into a verbal slip.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You don't remember me. I told you I would find you.
The meeting turns violent. leaving several kidnappers dead. As Bryan searches the house, he discovers scared, restrained, and drugged young women inside, including Amanda, who has already died of a drug overdose. This is planned cruelty, not chaos. He tortures Marco and uses electricity to force the truth out of him.
Where is this girl?
Before leaving him to die, Bryan learns the worst detail of all. Girls like Kim are sold fast on the black market, and the buyer is a powerful crime boss named Patrice St. Clair.
You sell her. She was Parisian. You sold her. St. Clair.
No! Please! Please!
But it's not gonna save you.
Bryan visits Jean-Claude and finally calls out his double life. To force the truth, he fires a warning shot that wounds Jean-Claude's wife, leaving him no choice but to give up St. Clair's location before Bryan knocks him cold.
Find anything interesting?
I got to the bottom of it, Jean-Claude. I hope you're not involved in this shit.
Right.
Are you involved? You could have made this much less painful if you had been more concerned about my daughter.
Bryan has tracked everything to the top of the organization by this point. He goes up against the man who makes the most money from the trafficking network, someone who lives behind wealth, power, and the conviction that he is immune to punishment. He goes after the boss, St. Clair. That trail leads straight into a hidden auction beneath St. Clair's mansion, where trafficked girls are sold in silence. Bryan slips past the auction security by posing as a buyer, flashing forged papers and stacks of cash to sell the illusion of a rich Middle Eastern sheikh. Inside, the truth is sickening. The girls are paraded onto a stage like merchandise, sized up by predators. Their histories are recited not out of sympathy, but to inflate their price. It's not a transaction, it's pure dehumanization, stripped of any pretense of morality. Bryan strong-arms one of the bidders, Ali, into buying Kim to get her out of the room.
As usual, we saved the best for last. Bidding will begin at 100,000.
I said, I heard what you said. Buy her.
500,000. Sold.
But the plan collapses and he's captured. Once St. Clair realizes who he's dealing with, he orders an execution. That turns out to be a mistake. Bryan breaks free, tears through the guards, and leaves St. Clair dying. With his last breath, the crime boss points Bryan toward a yacht owned by a sheik named Rahman.
The last girl. I'm her father.
This is a business.
I'll pay. Where is she? Please.
There's a boat by the quay.
Bryan tracks the trail to a luxury yacht. Cutting through the guards along the way, including Ali. He is now motivated by his daughter's love and resolve rather than anger. Bryan fights through the security team with brutal efficiency. He's been an action hero throughout this entire ordeal, but it's not until now that audiences really see what the old Bryan Mills was capable of. He moves like a ghost through the yacht, silently eliminating targets, using intelligence and combat training that took decades of training. Below deck, he finds Rahman holding Kim with a blade to her throat. Rahman tries to bargain, but Bryan kills him instantly and gets Kim out alive. Kim is extremely shaken. She is scared, confused, and finding it difficult to believe that the threat has passed. As the fear gradually fades, Kim comes to the realization that her father did, in fact, come for her as he had promised. Back in the States, the nightmare finally over.
I've got everything I need.
Thank you. I love you, Dad.
Love you too.
Bryan gives Kim a surprise of a different kind, taking her to meet her favorite singer, Shira. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into action films that define their genre. What did you think of Taken? Do you think Bryan Mills was a hero or a vigilante? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss whether justice was truly served or if Bryan simply created a different kind of victim. See you in the next one.